Hi, hello. It's been a while since I posted a video, so we've been looking through some of the questions from the parents, and we found a good topic for today. Um, it's a often very typical topic and a common question we get asked, and a parent wrote in to ask us, what they can do to help their child listen and follow instructions in a school setting. And actually, we've had quite a number of questions from different parents about this topic who've sent their children to kindergartens or primary schools, and unfortunately, they're not performing as well as they might have hoped, with a major problem being they're not really listening and following the instructions of the teachers. So this is going to be a bit of a video series because it's not such an easy topic, and I'm going to talk in today's video about the reasons why children may not be following instructions. And in consecutive videos, I'm going to show you some hands-on techniques as to some of the ways that we might approach this kind of problem at school and at home. So basically, there's three main reasons usually why a student is not listening and following instructions in a school setting. The first is that the student may be just unaware that an instruction has even been provided. They may be too busy playing with their toys or too busy wandering around that when the teacher issues an instruction, they're not really tuned in, they're not really listening, they didn't really even hear it. You can imagine that when children go from a home setting to a school setting, a lot of differences. School settings, full of toys, new things for them to do, lots of colorful things on the walls, and it's noisy. There's a lot of noise going on. The kids are making a lot of noise. The teachers often have to speak over that level of noise. Sometimes it's hard for a student to discriminate, the teacher's voice that may be new, or in terms of, is this an instruction that's supposed to be for me? You'll see that in a school setting, most instructions are not delivered in a very close proximity to the individual student. The teachers aren't going to go to those individual children and tell them exactly what to do right in front of their face. They're going to be giving instructions from far away to a whole group of students. So it's very, very common that children who are used to maybe much more direct instruction at home with less distractions may have a bit more of a problem being more aware that even an instruction has been delivered. So that's a number one problem. That may be the cause of why the students aren't following those instructions. They may be quite willing to listen if they knew they were being instructed, and they can understand the instructions perfectly fine, but they just didn't even know that somebody's told them what to do. Okay, number two. Another big reason why students may not follow instructions in school is that they don't understand the instructions. Again, often we're going to see, obviously with the kids that we work with, they've got a language deficit. Their language is behind in terms of their ability to maybe talk to us, but also in terms of their ability to understand and comprehend. Again, we may see a difference maybe at home. Parents are going to be much more aware of what language their child understands. They may speak in short sentences, and they may be unaware that in other settings people may speak in much longer sentences. And usually when they go to school, teachers are expecting children to have pretty developed and pretty competent language repertoires. So if you've got a student with a language delay and a language deficit in a setting where they're delivering a lot of instructions that are complicated, that's going to be a problem for the student because they may just not understand what's being said. This is a common problem. You'll also see that instructions sometimes are not delivered very, directly. The teacher may talk about a lot of things and then embed instructions into those sentences. For example, oh, everybody, we had such a good weekend, good week last week. It was fabulous. Well, anyway, when I finish, this discussion, I want everybody to go get their green books and sit down. It's been wonderful talking to you for a while, and this book was so much fun. And so the instruction is embedded through sort of other kinds of informational content, which makes it really, really hard for the students who maybe are more used to a more directive approach to understand what to do. So that's another common problem. Number three, another big reason why students, and a big one for the kids that we see, is they don't want to do it. They go into the school, they're playing toys, they're doing things they like to do, and so when the teacher provides an instruction to go line up, go to the bathroom, to stop playing what they're doing, to go to a different activity, quite simply they don't really want to do that. And so they may ignore the teacher, or they may even become disruptive, to become angry or upset, or they might become aggressive, or they may tantrum and cry. All of these kinds of problems might occur because they are trying to, have their day as they wish, in the hope that those tantrums or behaviors may send the teachers away so they can be left alone to do their own thing. This is a pretty common problem that we may see with the children that we work with. So those are really the three reasons that we see most commonly that cause problems. And it's really important that you try to figure out what's going on with your child. Because if it's more kind of, not wanting to do, that's quite a different problem than not understanding. And it's quite a different problem from not being unaware. So it's complicated because for some children, it may be all three that happen at different times. They're quite willing to listen to the, go to the snack table instruction, not so willing to listen to the, put your toys down and go and line up instruction, but at the same time not understanding some of the more complex instructions delivered at the circle time. Or perhaps at times being overly engaged with toys and not hearing the teacher say it's time to do something else, which they may be willing to do. So you have to put your detective hat on a little bit and really try to figure out what the function of those behaviors are, what the reasons are, before you can identify what is the teaching strategy. In the coming videos, I'm going to give you 3 different teaching strategies at home and at school that deal with those 3 different problems that we talked about. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.